When did you get so the implants that you have now?
Yes.
Those are the ones that you've had for your entire career.
Right. So years ago, I bought a motorbike, and it was a Suzuki SV650S. It was kind of like a little mini sports bike. I passed the big bike test, got the bikini fairing on and the rear hugger. It was turquoise blue and I loved it. But then I didn't ride it enough. So I'm like, I'm going to sell it. So I sold it, and the money that I got for it, I put towards a pair of boobs.
There you go.
That's how the boobs went.
Something a little more useful?
Yes, but I wasn't in the industry at the time.
Okay, so you got them pre-industry.
Yes, yeah, and I was just like, I was a C.
Okay, so not terrible.
Yeah, not terrible, but they looked a little bit deflated.
Yeah.
I wasn't 18. And I remember I went to the surgeon and he sat there and he looked at me and he's from Liverpool and he was cheeky and he went, "Well, they look like a pair of dog's ears." And I was like, "You cheeky get." And he laughed and I went, "Okay, I'm booking the surgery."
You swayed me.
It's a good selling point.
Yeah.
So I had the boobs put in. They were great. They were really nice, big triple Ds. Then I got pregnant, and this is years later. They were stretched. They weren't really big. I don't know how big they went because I didn't have a proper bra. It was all nursing bras.
Yeah.
And then I got my body back. Everything went back into place, but the boobs, they'd kind of gone lower, and I had implants that were like teardrop shaped.
Yeah.
And one of the teardrops had slightly shifted.
Okay.
So one of the nipples
looked sadder.
What's that?
They looked sadder. A sadder teardrop.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the nipple was slightly pointing.
Okay, in a different direction.
Yeah, it wasn't quite how they were before pregnancy.
Okay.
And I couldn't wear a bra. I was in nursing bras and I wasn't nursing. But because they'd gone so low and they were on the rib cage, so when I put the bra on, it's like digging into the rib cage because it was so low and they hurt. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go and get them redone.
Oh, okay.
So they were on top of the muscle. So anyway, I went back and I had them redone, and he took them out and he put a new pair, but under the muscle. So because the muscle's tighter, they look smaller.
Oh, okay.
So I had a lot of guys at that time, they were complaining to me, "Oh, your boobs have gone smaller, because I had to have an uplift. And they were very disrespectful. And I'm like, well, you know what? I wanted to get them done.
Yeah.
Like, I have my reasons.
Yeah.
Which I didn't have to explain to them.
No.
But like I just told you lot my reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I wanted them done. And so, a couple of months ago, I went back. So when he did them, they took out 500 cc's and put in 485 cc's.
Okay.
So the size was almost the same. Except because they were under. They were constricted. So he took out, I had the surgery again, he took out 485s and put in 650.
Okay.
So I've got 650 cc's in right now. Yeah.
Okay.
But they're under the muscle. So they still...
It still counts.
Yeah. It's so there. So the implant is bigger than before, but they're more toned, they're more upright, So that's what I've got, 650 cc's.
Well, then that answers some, I'm sure some people had some questions about that, why it looked a little different.
Yeah.
So, but what's interesting to me though, is because obviously I've had many guests on the show that they want to keep going bigger.
Yeah.
They're at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 plus. Now that's in their own category.
Yeah.
So like Karina, which I think she's natural though, right?
Karina Covey, she's a good friend. She's natural.
Yeah,
you've got to get her on the show.
No, she's going to be. I am hoping that we can make that work at some point whenever she's here.
Yeah,
but
I'm just going to tell you something. I don't know the word for it, but she has a health condition that makes them grow.
I think it's macromastia.
Thank you.
Yeah. Boob guys know.
Yeah, she does. And like she came to LA a few weeks ago and we went to Ryan Pownell's party and she was, we were each other's plus one and we went round and had pictures taken and then she came to the AVN house party, which was not long ago as well. And she was kind of like, little bit of my plus one. We were each other's plus one again. And even like just yesterday I had a guy, "Hey, mommy." I'm like, hey, what's up? What's the girl's name?
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah,
I went,
yeah.
it's Karina Kova, and she only does solo.
So, yeah, nothing.
And they were like, damn, no. Like heartbroken. Like absolutely heartbroken. Because I already know where the conversation was going. Because it was a guy that I'd shot content with.
Yeah.
And he loves boobs.
Yeah.
And I was just straight away solo.
Yep.
And it was just like, like those stars just went real.
Yeah. Well, but it's interesting though, because there's a lot of people that still prefer, they want models that they love to just, they don't want, some of them don't want to see them do boy girl or other stuff they like, because
so
it might ruin some of the fantasy that, well, if she's with these other guys, that
they've got no chance.
They've got no, even if they had a chance. But
I have to say though, like, I came back, we spoke, I was doing the OnlyFans solo. Girl, wasn't too bad. Started boy girl, and some of the fans turned, and we've had an occasion where someone's lost the plot, and they were vicious.
Wow, yeah,
sending vicious messages to me.
Yeah, like you cheated on them in some way.
Yeah, like I cheated on them, and I tell you what, it's jealousy.
Yeah,
like you can call it whatever else that you want to call it.
It is,
but it boils down to jealousy that. I was just doing the solo and suddenly I'm taking another dick. And like as though they could control what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it wasn't just one guy. It was. There were a few, there was different levels of jealousy.
Yeah.
And even sometimes to this day, you get random messages coming through to me on me. And I'm just like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is like. You don't own me.
Yeah.
Like this is my job and this is my career and I do what I choose to do. And if I want to get fucked by a cock, and if I want to get my boobs sucked by another guy or
whatever,
I want to get another girl to lick my pussy, I can do it because it's my choice.
Yeah.
You think sometimes because, oh, well, I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah, that there's some sort of connection or some sort of
loyalty,
entitlement that you need to be doing what I want you to do and not anything else.
Yes, there is. There is a form of entitlement.
So,
and it's and I'm not alone.
I know. Yeah.
We have to deal with some fans on a daily basis where they have they're not very stable with their emotions. And you have to kind of lay the rules down and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. And if you want to question it, you can question it, but don't be getting angry.
Yeah.
Like, you can question it all you want if you're paying me money and minks to send me a text. But the second you're going to get disrespectful, I'm going to say it to you. Yeah. And I've blocked people. There's people that I've blocked on different parts of my social media. But I give them a little bit of access in the other social media, the premium social media.
Yeah.
Because it's you kind of got to funnel it to a place. Well, if you still want to talk to me, you can talk to me in the premium social media.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to, but at the same time, that's a small portion. And then you have this many fans that are absolutely fantastic and amazing and very supportive. And, I have to say this, without the fans, we would be nothing.
Yeah.
And I feel very blessed that I am where I am today.